Hello. Yes, it is understandable that a good quality management system, okay, will comprise of three important elements, which is quality planning, quality assurance, and quality control. Okay, so out of these three, we will be explaining on quality planning first. Okay, and when we have quality problem, okay, usually when we have a quality problem in a project, whether in manufacturing, whether in construction, it is usually stemming very big, a very big portion of it will be coming from um, lack and adequate planning. Okay, so when we have inconsistent product quality, and then or the company doesn't respond to the problems that is on site or in the marketplace, and then your product are not improving, it keeps on having the same issues reoccurring, and then your customer service are not responding. Just like when you're being called to site to repair during a defect liability period, it is just basically not the response is just too slow. So in a way, companies will lose its competitive edge if you do not properly work out on delivering a good quality end product. A good quality end product doesn't appear just like that. It doesn't appear just like that. Remember, we're saying that quality is a process. It is not an output. It is not just I want good quality and then you output, then you have good quality end product. The processes that goes inside that long sessions, of continuous actions for every activities that is applied, the processes that is applied on the scope of work, we have to manage it so that at the end of the day, it is a very long journey, basically. Okay, the journey is so long, the processes is many, and then in each of the processes, it will target at certain activities, and which will actually be hopefully bringing out a good subcomponents, and these subcomponents, a good quality a desired excellency of a subcomponents, all add up to be a good quality product. You see, so quality planning is important because it provides a direction. It provides people, the managerial team with a direction. It has a good, proper structure framework. So for project quality management, you start off with good planning. And then from the planning itself, it will give a very structured approach. This process is not just talking about it. It is not just coming together and address problem when it happens. It is about having a complete framework of these processes. This work is going to be carried out in this manner, and what is the checking to be done, and how you're going to monitor, and how you're going to be reviewing the results, and how you're going to do remedial actions. So for each of the activities, you will be putting them through a very strict process that you create and design. Okay, and this is the most important part of quality planning. You need to create that framework, and that framework will provide a direction for your team. It's just like if I tell you, I want good quality work, but I never tell you what is my bottom line, what are things that I don't like, and what are the things that I like. It's just that I don't give you any direction on the assignment. You wouldn't know that something actually expects you to do this point must be there, that point must be there. You see, so that's a good quality assignment. It starts off good planning. It gives you a direction, you see. And then it also helps for people to have a foundation, has a baseline for quality control, which is basically, if it's well done, it is basically quality assurance. So I think this author, Ortwig and Brandon, talks about this really well, in that sense. And then you see, there's another source that talks about quality. It talks about the framework, normally these processes will go through this sort of system, okay? Planning. You need to plan out the system. You need to tell us that in the very beginning, you cannot just say, oh, when it happens, you do it, you see. So in the initial stage, you need to plan it, and you need to see what objective that you are looking at, what job quality objective that you're looking at. If you're building a drain, if you're building a plant, if you're building, a structure, a component, a beam, concreting, for example, or bar bending, for example, or formwork, for example. What are the objective of that work, you see? And then you put them in a procedural format. And then after that, for me, it's usually I like to use a lot of flow chart for this. And then you check on the resources, who are the people, what are the machineries, what are the requirements. Is that you want this activity to be done. This activity will be done by human, equipment, and materials, you see? And if you don't specify them properly, then you don't expect a good end product. So with that particular work processes as objective, documentation will tell you that I need this material, I need this equipment, I need this labor, this skill. Because if I want to build a nice piece of dress, like tailor a dress, a shirt, it will comprise of the equipment, which are the scissor, the sewing machine. It will comprise of the tailor himself and the skills, the hand skills that he has. And the material, of course, if you're going to give me a $10 per meter material compared to a $50 or $100 or $200 lace material or silk material, it's a complete different kind of output that will come out from the final product. And then after that, you perform, and then the work is verified, and then client acceptance. So this is basically the processes of quality management system for every single part of the work. You can apply this to every single activities in that sense, whether it's a layer 1 or layer 2 or level 3 activity, you see. And then depending on if the level 3 activity is so important, you really need to go through this, then you will put it through these sort of processes. And you plan it. This is the foundation for planning. It gives you a way to plan in that sense. So you have to imagine for quality, you do it because the end result can be disastrous. It can range from very, very disastrous to, just some repair work, spending some money on it, and that's it. But then if it's a very disastrous situation whereby there's a lot of reworking, a lot of taking down, and have to redo everything, it may be worth it to spend a bit more time and a bit more money. That's what we call cost of quality. Quality is not cheap. It's either you do it in the beginning and then the end day, you save on all this disastrous outcome, or you just leave it, you don't plan, you don't get your engineer, you don't bring in your project manager, you don't spend time, you don't spend money on planning, on getting things ready. Then basically, you are just hoping that the project will be delivered in the good condition. Then, if it doesn't, then, you need to spend some money. So it's like a risk, how probability, if it happens, then you have a bigger stake. You see, you have a bigger payment to make. But if it doesn't happen, you actually save on the initial part of planning. It's a matter of which one you are actually more. Some people are very high risk taker. They may just don't want to do it. But I think not in today's society. No planning is just basically as good as dead. You are just basically as good as heading for a disaster. You probably cannot avoid those disasters. Okay, like the quality disasters that we're gonna have. Okay.